First of all, I just put 2 strips of masking tape on the wall about 30 centimeters long. I then use a spirit level to draw a straight line down. And there's the line drawn, almost the full length of the masking tape. You will notice on the back of the bracket a piece of masking tape with 2 dots marked on it. Peel off this masking tape. Take that piece of masking tape and line the dots up with the line where you want the shelf bracket to be. You can just see the line through. That's it, that's lined up. You can just lift it up and have a look to see that it's in line, sort of top and bottom, and just stick that down. Here you can see the dots lined up and you can see the line just underneath, so you know they're lined up. Next up, I'm going to take a 3mm all-purpose drill bit. You get these from most shops, you've probably got one at home already. And I'm just going to pilot through the 2 dots, just going into the plasterboard. I don't need to go into the brick, so I'm going to go in about 10mm to 20mm tops, just as a guide for when I drill it out properly. The masking tape on the wall stops the plaster breaking out, and also when you come to tap the plugs in with a mallet, it will stop you marking the wall. At this point, I like to use the spirit level to mark across for the other side. On the other side I make a cross like this, so when you peel off the dots from the back of the second bracket, the top dot will line up with that cross. I then, in my hammer drill, use an 8mm masonry drill bit. I mark off with masking tape about 5mm longer than the rule plug. This gives me my depth. I'm now going to drill these out to depth and then peel the masking tape off and repeat the process on the other side where we've marked the masking tape on the other side. I've tapped in the rule plugs and I gave it a gentle wipe over with a slightly damp cloth just to remove any extra brick dust. Okay, so I'm now going to screw these to the wall and I'm just going to use a hand drill. The reason being is that it being plywood, using a power drill and putting too much force into this, you could actually split the ply. So we're just going to do it gently by hand. Yeah, before I've tightened these up fully, there's a little bit of wobble in those. So what you can do is you can put your spirit level up against the side and just get them level and then tighten them fully so that you know your bracket is straight. Okay, so now with both brackets up, you just put your shelf where you want it and line it up nicely. And then with a pencil, just put a little mark on one side of the shelf. You won't see this when it goes back on. It's just so you know when to realign your shelf and how. Take a 3mm drill bit and we're just going to drill through the 2 holes there, but only just to mark the shelf. That's all we want to do, is put a little mark on it when we drill through. So there you can see my little marks. On my 3mm drill bit, I've measured down 15mm and then put some masking tape on just so I know how deep I'm going to go into the shelf. The shelf should be thicker than the 15mm I've allotted there for piloting. The screw actually comes through 10mm, so at a minimum you could pilot 10mm, but honestly I can't imagine your shelf being that thin. Most shelves are 25mm thick, 30mm thick. The one I'm using is 22mm thick, so yeah, you should be fine on that, because obviously you don't want to pilot in and go right the way through. So you can always adjust the masking tape. I've put for 15mm just to go over a little bit, I like to, but if it's less you can adjust it a little bit less. So on your shelf, just drill out those marks you've made, where you line the shelf up and just made a mark with the drill. Just drill those out to the depth of 15mm with the masking tape, like I said, or less if you need to, but 15mm should be fine for you. So just line your shelf back up with that pencil mark we made earlier to the edge of the bracket, push it right to the back. With the shorter screws I provided, they'll all be labelled so you know which screws to use. Again, we're just going to use a hand screwdriver to tighten that in, and put all 4 of those in. And that's your shelf up. So there's only one final bit, which is really easy. I will have sent you these nifty little magnets here. They're 1mm thick, and they are going to cover all of the screw holes. And there it is, the magnets in place. So I'll put a couple of extra magnets in because I found this one at the bottom was a little bit deeper, so I just put 2 magnets on it, and then it's almost flush and looks great. Okay, thanks very much.